What's going on, guys? It's the Eradicator, and in this video we will go over WWE 2K22, the latest entry in the popular series of wrestling games, which was released a couple of months ago after a 2-year hiatus, which the developers used to brainstorm ideas that would revitalize the license after a disastrous installment. So, have 2K managed to perform a successful comeback with this year's game? Well, in this video we will see that unfortunately the answer is a negative, the game often leaving a bad taste, a bitter taste I should say, in the player's mouth. So, why is that so? Well, I have identified here a couple of reasons. The first one being that the showcase mode, which features Rey Mysterio, is missing some matches. There have been, especially thinking, for example, of some amazing matches between Rey Mysterio and CM Punk, which should have been in this showcase, but unfortunately, well, we know that CM Punk and WWE are not in the best of terms, to say the least, and CM Punk now works for rival company AEW, so that's probably why it was decided not to put CM Punk in the game, and I think that it is a big shame. Perhaps choosing Rey Mysterio might not have been the best solution, the best option for a showcase, but you know, after so many years of having this showcase mode, you know, they're kind of running out of wrestlers, so maybe that's why they chose Rey Mysterio. Next, I would say that the My Rise mode, which is, you know, when you create your own superstar and you propel your superstar into stardom from being a rookie in NXT to being WWE champion, well, I find that mode to be boring. It is, I mean, I try to go as far as possible, but at some point I'm just like, meh, I'm having more fun doing other things, including, for example, the GM mode, which we're going to talk about the GM mode as well. It is not exempt from any griefs, but the showcase mode, the My Rise mode, for example, well, what I really don't like is that it works with some kind of interface, you know, these menus where you have those characters that pop up. You go to various locations, but you don't really go to those locations. You click on some buttons that takes you to a screen that looks like a location. It can be, for example, a pool area, or the manager's office, or and that's basically the only thing that you can do is talk to some random wrestlers or journalists who were put here, and these are going to be eventually putting you in some kind of storylines, and that's basically it. I think that the developers really went lazy here. I would have loved for the game to kind of be like almost an open world within the wrestling arena, where you would just walk backstage and find some wrestlers who would randomly be there as well, and you know, in that way, you know, it would feel a little bit more immersive. I think that the solution that they went through to here was the easy one, but the problem is that as a result there is no immersion at all. You're just clicking on some buttons and that's basically it. That's really boring. That just doesn't want to make me play. It doesn't make me feel like I really am a WWE wrestler, you know. Again, you know, if you had been in the backstage scene, you know, you would have just maybe you see your rival in the back. Oh, there's a chair right next to you. You grab your chair and you do a chair shot to your rival, a random chair shot, you know, things like that I would have loved to do, and I think I would have been very fun. But no, it's just not there, unfortunately. Next, the My GM mode. Yeah, it's making a comeback with WWE 2K22. That's wonderful. I believe that the last time we seen the My GM mode was for WWE Raw versus SmackDown 2011, so it's been quite a long time. It's basically a mode in which you are the general manager of a show, either it's Raw or SmackDown or even NXT. Okay, that's great. But the problem is that it is missing a lot of features. And for example, I'm thinking of match types. How come you can only have either one-on-ones or tag team matches with, you know, 2 versus 2? Where are the 6-man tag team matches? Where are the triple threats? You know, the fatal 4-way, fatal 5-ways, the handicap matches? I would have loved to seen more types of matches, because, you know, WWE is full of these crazy matches that eventually, you know, take place. But no, it's so repetitive. Again, it's like you only have when you're booking your matches, only 2 choices: singles match or tag team match with 2 people, and that's basically it. Speaking of tag team matches, there is no tag team belt. The championship belts. We only have the women's championship belts or the men's championship belts, and that is basically it. Where is the Intercontinental Championship? Where's the United States Championship? There's just nowhere to be seen, and that is also unfortunate. And as a result, well, you can only put one superstar per gender in the title picture, and again, that I think that especially when you have a roster that grows more and more over the seasons, well, you want to keep your wrestlers busy, otherwise they are going to become unsettled. They will complain, rightfully so, by the way. That's a good point. But you're like, yeah, sorry, bro, I can't do anything because John Cena or whatever is already in the title picture, and he needs to finish his rivalry, and you can't. So that's very annoying here. I would also say that sometimes there are really some inconsistencies between the demands and situations. For example, I got a wrestler who is a bit tired. They're asking for a 2-week hiatus. They want 2 weeks off, but then the next week they want a match. So I'm like, dude, you asked me for 2 weeks off. I'm not even booking you, but now you're asking for a match. It just doesn't make any sense. So I wish that also the devs have maybe play their own game to figure this out and try to fix that, right? I also think that the difficulty in the GM mode is also very strange. It's either too easy or too hard, but it doesn't seem to be like a middle ground. Very often, I get to see my competitor doing those really stupid shows that eventually end up having 1 star or 1.5 stars for all of their matches. And the next week, they get, on SmackDown, they get a Hell in a Cell with the Universal title on the line, and they get, of course, 5 stars. And SmackDown, these are the kind of matches that normally you would see on a pay-per-view, which again is really weird and breaks my immersion as far as I'm concerned. Also, in terms of immersion, I would have wished that there could have been more options when it comes to creating your wrestler, especially there is no introduction movie that you can make. When you are walking down the ramp, they cannot make your own movie anymore, which you could do in the past. And also, I think that the musics, the basic music that you put to your creations when you create a wrestler, they're a little bit too generic when you're not choosing a superstar's music, and they're basically the same from many. It's been a couple of years that they're just recycling their music, and it just feels very cheap, and that they've been trying to cut costs over there. So there we have it, guys. This is why, in my opinion, WWE 2K22 feels a little bit disappointing. I kind of enjoy playing it because it's kind of fun. The matches are fun. Oh, there's a problem that I forgot to talk about that. There's also a technical problem. Their matches are fun when they're working and when they're not in double speed, because that's also another problem that I have right now when I'm playing this game. Everything is in double speed. I have no idea what's going on, and it's been it's just I've downloaded the patch, and it's been like that since I've downloaded the patch like 2 weeks ago or so, and I just cannot find a way to fix that. I know that there are ways to fix that, but every ways that I've seen online so far have not worked on my computer. So I hope that that the devs will also take the time to fix that so that we can finally play the game at a normal speed and not double speed. So there we have it, guys. These are the reasons why, for me, WWE 2K22 is disappointing. It's kind of a failure, unfortunately. And if this had been a proper test, well, it would not have gotten a very good score. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Have you bought this game? Have you tried it? Or have you given up on WWE games for a very long time? You're waiting for the AEW game, perhaps? I'd like to know in the comment section down below. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Joint membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.